as we wheel on up our women's 2-3 women's masters 37. All right, ladies, we are less than 2 minutes away, and so we got the wheel pit back behind us. So once again, free laps are good up through 6, but under 6 laps to go, no more free laps. And then also we're going to try to do our podiums right away. We have a little tent off to the side here next to us, trying to keep you out of the sun before we take you across the road to get you up on the actual podium. So we're less than 2 minutes away. 2 minutes away from the start of this next race is our women's 2-3 women's masters 35-minute race. We'll be throwing out 3 different preems. Ladies, keep your ears open, your heads on a swivel. We'll have 2 $100 preems and a $50 cash preem, courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa. We'll be tossing those out, so listen for the bell in the middle of the race for those 3 cash preems. So as we head on in here, our Omnium leader, number 146, Camila Arenas with Los Angeles Bicycle Academy, your Omnium leader here as we head into the final day of the 2023 edition of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're underway. Alrighty, opening lap here of our women's 2-3 women's masters. Alrighty, opening lap here, women's 2-3, women's masters. Looking at yesterday. We get our yesterday podium at the women's 2-3. Do know Ariel Wyant was up in there in that towards the top of this one. We also know that Camila Arenas, Los Angeles Bicycle Academy, on that top step yesterday, the women's 2-3. Ariel Wyant, one of our preem hunters out there. We had a very active race from that California team, the Los Angeles Bicycle Academy, paying off with that win for Camila Arenas. Alrighty, opening lap done and dusted. About 2:30 out here on the hill for the opening lap. We'd like to thank our official sparkling water sponsor here in 2023 Tulsa Tough, Mineragua, as Nicaragua will be the sponsor of our first preem of the day here for our Women's 2-3 Women's Masters. A $100 cash preem courtesy of Nicaragua. Already on to lap number 2 here. So early on, 2023 edition of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough. The McElroy Manufacturing River Parks Criterium. We got it started early. Thought maybe some rain clouds were going to dampen our skies again like we had yesterday, but we were on time. Started at 8 o'clock in the morning. Kicking it off for the Men's Masters B. Exciting race there, exciting finish. We've had some solo attacks in the last couple races where riders have gone off early and late, but both of them winning, going away. Ty Brazel in the men's Cat 535, and then Megan Whitford in the women's 4-5. Right now we are in the women's 2-3, women's masters 40 plus, 35 minutes of racing. As we said, just on to lap number 2 here. We're going to fire off our first preem early on. Next time they roll through, it'll be a $100 cash preem courtesy of Nicaragua, the official sparkling waters sponsor of the 2023 edition of Tulsa Tough. Coming up next will be our men's Cat 4. As this will be a preem lap. I'll tell you what, up out of the saddle, pushing. Preem lap, $100 in cash, $100 in cash, $100 in cash, $100 in cash. Camilla Arenas with Los Angeles Bicycle Academy. She was already putting on the gas at the very front, and it was an opportune time as she takes a flyer here right at the perfect timing at the front for this $100 cash preem lap. Looking at that podium from yesterday, Camilla Arenas with Los Angeles Bicycle Academy, Ariel Wyant, the Tulsa racing with Arkansas race team BMC Walmart Cycling. And then third place yesterday, it was Gene Johnson Cycling Team's Karen Stern. Our wide angle podium. In fourth, Olivia Reeve with Road Crew Racing. And then the local Tulsan, Amanda Brandyberry racing with 3TQM. Our wide-angle podium from yesterday in our women's 2-3. Looking at that Masters 40-plus podium on day number 2. Yep, trying to get it pulled up here. That podium from yesterday, Lynn Wilson, KCBC Racing, Sherry Stillman Corbett with Sirius Cycling, and Kim Chance with Matrix RBM, your Masters 40 Saturday podium 1, 2, and 3. All righty, we are going to be handing out some money, and it's the Preem Hunter. Ariel Wyant takes $100 in cash, courtesy of Nicaragua. We're still early on in this race, so we're able to put riders back in as Becca Fox with Nashville Local Cycling out of Tennessee, able to make her way back in, having to visit the State Cycling Wheel Pit. They got whatever mechanical taken care of and feathered her back in. So about 3 laps in, actually just starting the third lap here. Actually, I say that we are finishing up lap number 3, so on to lap number 4. So Ariel up out of the saddle, laboring up Crybaby Hill. Talk about it. Everybody talks about the mystique and the allure and the party. Here's the thing. It's not just the party. You know, there's a bike race first and foremost. And the reason there's a bike race there, it is a difficult stretch of road in here in downtown Tulsa, just on the south side of downtown. You're coming off a Riverside Drive. You got the double hump up. A little downhill respite before you climb up on the backside of Galveston before the white knuckle descent. Over 180 degrees back to the right, sweeping onto Riverside Drive. So Ariel, having taken the initial preem, will look back, soft pedal a little bit to let the peloton catch back up with her. That should be, I believe, 146, and it is 146. So that is Camilla Arenas, our winner from yesterday. Also up there in that front group, you're going to have Olivia Reeve. We mentioned Olivia in that top 5 yesterday. Also in this race, you got Lisa Muskrat. So I talked about how Lisa was on the podium in the women's 4-5. The reason she wasn't racing in the 4-5 this year is because she's moved up here in 2023 racing in the women's 2-3. So Don Thornton Automotive pace car will roll on through, and it will be the Jaguar. So a 35-minute race. We're just over 9 minutes in. Once again, active and out of the saddle at the front was Camilla Arenas, but also Olivia Reed up there. Unsure what, maybe they thought it was the preem that lap, but it was a previous lap that Ariel had taken the preem. Kind of interesting. Not sure what they were sprinting it out there for. As we have 9.5 minutes into this one. So counting the clock up before we count the laps down. We have a 35-minute race, and we'll throw out 2 more preems coming up in this one in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Alrighty, next time they roll through, we'll be over 10 minutes in, and we'll hand out $100 in cash, courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa. So next time through, we'll do a preem. Next time through, we will be doing a preem, our second of 3. Here are our women's 2-3 women's masters race.
Ride this hill so you can.
So as we look up onto the hill, starting to have more and more people make their way to the hill. Last couple races, it was pretty empty, but now maybe single, one deep on one side, a smattering of fans there on the right side of the uphill. When we get later in the day, it will be a cast of thousands, to say the least. So, right now, the peloton all back together, making their way up and over the crest of Galveston. Also up in there with United Cycling, I saw Andy Bathalter, 147. Here comes the lead moto. Here comes our pace car down in Riverside, but look at the lead moto also coming down off of it. Ariel Wyatt now up in the front. So it's one of those things that sometimes you get the downhill, you may want to be up at the front. Just to make sure if anybody has a bobble in front of you, you want to be stuck behind them. So here's the preem lap. This is going to be a $100 cash preem. Bicycles of Tulsa, $100 cash preem. $100 preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. $100 preem lap. Bicycles of Tulsa, $100, $100 preem lap. Preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. We are going to do a medal ceremony for our women's Cat 5. Deidre Thomas, Carolina Guajaro, Anna Corbett. Deidre Thomas. Carolina Guajaro. Carolina Guajaro and Anna Corbett. Need Carolina Guajaro. Anna Corbett. Anna Corbett, please head on down to the finish line. We're going to do a medal ceremony for our women's Cat 5. Anna Corbett. So this is a preem lap right now, $100 cash preem. $100 cash preem right now. In our women's 2-3 and women's masters. The first $100 preem was taken by Ariel Wyatt as she moves her way to the front. Some of those racers looking around if anybody's going to try to match and try to get up on her wheel. Your winner yesterday, Camilla Arenas, she's back about 5th or 6th wheel, so she may not be in the mix here. We do have Becca Fox with Nashville Local Cycling in that red kit, trying to move her way up into that top 3. But right now, they'll hit the downhill. We'll watch the helmets crest first, coming down off of Galveston. Our Jumbotron will zoom in on the cleats of our sprinter, Ariel Wyatt. She'll make that sweeping right-hander. She'll look back. When will the sprint open up? She'll open it up right now. She'll open it up right now, 150 meters out. Riders on her wheel. Will they be able to overtake her? It's going to get close here. Taking it up, powering at the line. It is going to be 5:46. Hannah Dalsing, United Cycling. I think Hannah may have taken a preem yesterday. As unofficially, Hannah Dalsing with United Cycling takes the $100 preem, our second of 3 preems here in our women's field. Anna Corbett. Anna Corbett. Come on down to the finish line. If we can get Anna Corbett to come to the finish line. Anna Corbett, bib number 268 for our women's Cat 5 race. Anna Corbett, please head on down. We want to have a medal ceremony. Anna Corbett, wave your hand. If you're near us, Anna Corbett, come on down to the start finish line. So, under 6 laps to go. When the race leaders roll through, we'll tell them 5 to go. Race leaders will see 5 to go. So next time we see the race leaders roll through, we're going to ring the bell. Right now they're on the backside, the in-between, the little downhill in between Crybaby Hill and Galveston Climb. And so when they navigate their way down here, we're going to show 5 to go, and we will ring that bell. So we'll go 5 to go, 5 to go, 5 to go, and we'll make it the third and final preem lap, a $50 cash preem lap. Anna Corbett, Anna Corbett. Please head on down to the start-finish line. Anna Corbett. Need Anna Corbett at the start-finish line. Here comes the Jaguar. It'll roll on through. We're going to have 5 to go. We're going to ring a bell with 5 to go. It'll be the final preem lap. Final preem lap. $50 in cash. $50 in cash. Preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. This will be a $50 preem lap. $50 preem lap. Preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. $50, $50, $50. This is a $50 preem lap. Up towards the front, Olivia Reeve once again with Road Crew Racing. Olivia Reeve just off the podium yesterday in 4th, trying to make that step up into the top 3. Trying to find Karen Stern. Do not see her on the start list here for today. Oh, no, there's 161. So Karen, who is 3rd place yesterday, haven't called her name so far today, but there she is. She's in that front group. Karen Stern sitting about 6th or 7th wheel. As they're kind of all together, about 4 wide, pacing their way up the hill. As this is a preem lap, so they're trying to navigate the lungs, navigate the VO2 as they make their way up Crybaby Hill before they come down for another sprint. And when they sprint, it'll be bringing us down to under 4 laps to go. Once again, thanks for joining us, everybody. If you're just getting here, wherever you've been, we've been racing since 8 o'clock this morning. At 7:30, we sent our fondos out. Racing got started at 8 o'clock. No rain delay today on day number 3 of the 2023 edition of St. Francis Tulsa Tough. So 2.5 hours into the racing, and we're getting to the business end here of our women's 2-3 women's masters race. When they come through, we will show 4 to go. We also will be handing out $50 in cash for our third and final preem winner. Here it is for our $50 cash preem, the third and final $50 cash preem sprint. This time around, we're going to have a new face up towards the front, I believe. Let's see who that is. It's going to be tight at the line, and that is going to be Olivia Reeve, I believe, at the last moment, taking that $50 preem. Alrighty, we have had a corrected Cat 5. They pulled the wrong file, so apologies, Carolina. Well, who we need is Krista Jenny, Leslie Nelson, and Deidre. I already know Deidre's over there. So Krista Jenny and Leslie Nelson. Krista Jenny and Leslie Nelson. So, our women's Cat 5, we had an incorrect podium. So, for our women's Cat 5, we're going to have a medal ceremony. We will need Krista Jenny, Leslie Nelson, and Deidre Thomas.
All right, man.
So, if you are Krista Jenny, Leslie Nelson, and Deidre Thomas, please head on over here. Krista Jenny, Leslie Nelson, and Deidre Thomas. So I think, Deidre, you are over here. So needing Krista Jenny and Leslie Nelson. Krista Jenny, Leslie Nelson. If you are Krista Jenny, Leslie Nelson, and Deidre Thomas, I think Deidre's already over here. Please come over just on the south side of our stage and find Amy in the blue shirt underneath the tent. Let her know you're here. We're going to be recognizing our women's Cat 5 medal ceremony. Alrighty, now it's going to be 3 laps to go here. We've done all the preem sprinting we want. Now it's going to be real racing coming up over the final 3 laps. So, little slow down a little bit. Don't want to say soft pedal. They're still moving pretty fast. But a little bit of slowing down here is Hannah Dulsing up at the front racing in that pink kit of United Cycling. With definitely not a high rate of speed as they're not single file. But it's down to a final group, a select group of about 8 racers there. That is exactly what it is, 8 racers. So we went from about 35 to start down to 8 to finish this out. So I found Krista. We need Leslie Nelson. Leslie Nelson. Deidre Thomas is already over there, I believe. Sorry, Deidre, I keep making you raise your arm. Deidre Thomas, are you over? Yes, there you go. All right, we keep having you raise your arm over and over. All right, Deidre is here, so I need Leslie Nelson. All righty, here, 3 to go. The final, 3 times up, Crybaby Hill. Hey, Leslie, apologies. These may be wrong again, so we're waiting for the official results but hang out close, stay close. 2 to go. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. The penultimate lap here. 2 to go. Our women's 2-3 women's masters. A select group of 8 still together here as we have 2 laps to go. 2 more times down Riverside Drive. 2 more times up Crybaby Hill. And here we are setting the washing machine on agitate. Camilla Arenas attacking out of this group, moving to the front. She's been very active. And that activity led her to win yesterday in our women's 2-3. It's Saturday, Tulsa Tough. Trying to do it on Sunday here on day number 3 at the McElroy Manufacturing River Parks Criterium. So 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. Also moving her way up towards the front, Amanda Brandyberry, who's up on the Jumbotron right now. She's setting first wheel. And then right behind her, that may be Caitlin McAllister, 156. Now they're going to come back together a little bit. Actually, sorry, those were lapped riders. Apologies on that. So looking at the Jumbotron, those are our main 8 racers all together. Arenas up at the front. She's got the GoPro on her helmet. Dulcing in there. Also, Olivia Reeve in the pink on the right side. Ariel Wyant, BMC Walmart Cycling in the blue kit. Bib number 590, setting up there in the middle. Second to last time over Crybaby Hill. So once again, the backside of our peloton. Little mini gruppettos. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. As we'll roll the backside here. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. We'll look back on the backside. Dark side of the moon. But not an injection of pace just yet. Everyone kind of sitting about 3 wide there. Those 8 racers, kind of an amoeba formation there. Not that long, thin line. They'll make that left-hand turn. Also up in there, try to see. I don't have a 303. That may be a lap rider, possibly. Actually, no, that is a lap rider. One of our masters is Lynn Wilson, I believe. And I say lap, she may not be lapped. She just may be part of that group. Anyway, we'll watch them roll on through here. Next time they come through, we're going to ring that bell. It'll be 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. All right, the final lap. We'll look at our race leaders about to make their way down the hill, coming down off of Galveston. They're going to zoom on in to track on the Rubberside down turn. They're going to be all together there. It's the final lap as they're going to come navigating their way through 150 meters from the line. We'll ring the bell. It's going to be 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Final lap, final lap, final lap, final lap, final lap. One more time through the meat grinder. One more time around the gauntlet as we finish up here our women's 2-3 women's masters. And this is a change at the front. Yesterday's winner, Camilla Arenas, has had some type of mechanical as she is in the state wheel pit here on the final lap. So our group of 8 is down to 7 as they're getting ready to make that right-hand turn. Crybaby Hill, we are sending them your way. One final time. Women's 2-3, women's masters 40 plus. One to go, 1 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 to go. Final lap, final lap, final lap. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Arenas, yesterday's winner, getting back in. An unfortunate late mechanical in this one. Literally at the beginning, or the end of the second to last lap, just before we rang the bell, she literally had to go into the wheel pit at the 11th hour. So it will take yesterday's winner out of the mix. We've had an attack, though, from that peloton at the front, that reduced group. That is going to be Olivia Reeve, Road Crew Racing, I believe, in the pink kit. Actually, I'm incorrect. That's Hannah Dulcing. Hannah Dulcing, 546 with United Cycling. She has launched out from that group of 7. A solo attack here over the crest of Galveston. Now she's going to make her way down. Look off to the south, ladies and gentlemen. Come on down to the barriers. We are going to cheer them on as right now she has opened up some daylight. Ariel Wyant will look over her shoulder. Not wanting to get pipped to the line, but here they come. They're going to be pushing it down, but they are not going to catch. 5:46. As that will be United Cycling's Hannah Dalsing with Olivia Reeve taking second. And then 3:03, Lynn Wilson overall taking third. Once again, our top 10 starting to still roll down the line. A closed race course. Reminders, we sprinted out, finishing out our top 10. So we'll look down the remainder of our field, getting ready to make their way on through. But once again, congratulations. Hannah Dalsing taking the win ahead of Olivia Reeve and Lynn Wilson, your unofficial 1-2-3 here in our Women's 2-3 Masters Open Race. An exciting finish. We've come together, a lot of late drama, as yesterday's winner with the late mechanical took her out of the equation, Camilla Arenas, and opened up the door there for Hannah Dalsing, who made the attack on that final lap on the backside between Crybaby Hill and Galveston. So, next race coming on up, we should already be staging, will be our men's Cat 4. Staging already, you should already be staged for the men's Cat 4. Lolo McCarty with with Cintier will roll on through. Used to be Pandemonium. Glad everybody's... Congratulations, Regina. Powering through the line, Regina Raya, as we are finishing it on up. Congratulations, they finish it out.